Hey there everyone, hope you're having a wonderful day and you're all ready for the new rotation and gone Fission Hydroplant with some really spicy weapons for now, but overall a really fun shift to play. So in this field survey I'll play through a wave with each of the weapons and show how I play or how I think while I play Salmon Run, and this time around I'm doing some post-game commentary just so we can compare which one do you prefer, the live commentary or the post-game one. Without further ado, let's start. First wave immediately, we start with the Sploosh-o-matic, and as I always say, this is one of the best weapons you can get in Salmon Run, period. One of the highest damage you can get with any weapon, decent range, good painting and mobility, and no complaints for its ink efficiency either. I always start my shifts by painting the crucial walls since they matter a lot, and even in this video you will see and I'll point out how many times it saves me, so paint your walls. The team is taking care of the first few waves nicely, and so I turn towards this new fly fish instead to damage one of its launchers and make it less dangerous, after which I got this idea that I'd like to lure the Salmon a bit closer to the basket, so I trigger it and it will reset them and make them follow you like if they just spawned. This way I managed to bring closer these golden eggs to gather them safely, but also be in a better position to see what's happening around me and join where I'm needed, like the next flyfish spawning. Normally I wouldn't recommend clearing shore fish sticks as they are a waste of time, they aren't really danger to anyone here, and surely there are some other bosses around, but it felt okay for now. Here at the end I definitely make a mistake and should have helped splatting that scrapper, but I went for safety, which might not have been the best decision, especially that I turned back later anyway, but it cost my teammate to get splatted instead. While there weren't any big shots during this wave, my tip would be to always prioritize splatting big shots with the Sploosh-o-matic unless it's really late into the wave, as you can take care of them in no time compared to other weapons, though the Hydra now is also excellent for this purpose. Next, the Carbon Roller, in my opinion probably the best general use roller for Salmon Run when it comes to safety and consistency. Compared to other rollers, you can't roll through salmonids with it and instead play like a whack-a-mole and just keep flinging, especially horizontal flinging for damage. I choose to lure the scrapper back to the basket as there really is no point in splatting it anywhere else, and you don't have to collect those eggs either, they're just at the perfect place, someone will surely collect them later, and instead I can clear this pesky fish stick that blocks half of the left side of our walls, which I know is terrible for our Hydra Splatling and I want them to have as clear a stage as possible. I'd like to point out that going for this fish stick again on the shore was a mistake from me. Not only I saw the steel eel approaching, but there was also steelhead on the left that would have been a much better choice to take care of, while the fish stick was completely harmless and a waste of time. These are some momentary decisions you have to make, but it's good to know for the next time. Fortunately, my team still handled the situation well, but as we get back from the shore we can clearly see the basket got overrun somewhat, and it's likely because of that steel eel and the steelhead that I missed, not to mention it would have been that much of a great opportunity to use my specials, but instead from the shore I did not have an opportunity, so I just used them later to secure the basket as much as possible and recover the end. The Hydra Splatling is quite a lot of fun to play with, I think, as it requires a lot of planning and good positioning. I won't be gathering eggs much, but rather focus on surviving and giving the best I can, which is firepower. From the walls you can easily take care of fish sticks, which I decided to do so, but the Moz interrupts me, and this is a great example of getting out of position, as I could have instead moved behind me and stay safe, but jumping down put me in a more dangerous position, where I had to make good use of partial charges in order to not get splatted. And you see, my only escape was through the painted wall, which already saved my life. I try not to waste my ink on splat bombs if I don't have to, and keep spraying on lesser salmonids, especially Cohogs, before they cause some more harm. And yeah, I might spend a lot of times on lessers, but you can clearly see getting rid of them gives you and your team such a nicer overview of what's going on, and you don't have to panic about what your next step will be. Splatting this torpedo here will prove crucial in just a second, and I can't recommend everyone enough to keep an eye out for these little rockets, as you never know when you will need that space that they try to take away. Just a few seconds later, I reposition on the other side to take care of the lesser salmonids, which I couldn't have done if that ink storm ran through earlier. The wave ended up pretty good for freelance with 47 eggs. The team did an amazing job, and I was also constantly helping the team despite using a heavy and sluggish weapon. Finally, the Rapid Blaster. I might be biased, but I really don't like this weapon that much, as it's just the worst blaster with less painting and damage, with some range and fire rate bonuses that don't really make much of a difference in Salmon Run, or at least not on this scale, and so it's really just a PvP variant that got stuck in Salmon Run. That doesn't mean it's terrible though, as it can still perform normal blaster duties from splitting hordes, fish sticks and stingers, and that is exactly what I do in this wave, consciously letting my team handle the bosses, and instead aim for larger hordes of lessers to weaken them or completely splat them, once again keeping the stage clean and my coworkers safe. I also decide to go more actively against flyfish, as first, I'm close to them, but I also feel I'm the least useful weapon right now, so if anyone, I should be the one to waste some ink on splat bombs and clear them. The moment I hear the stinger, I decide to go after it as a blaster user, but I bump into two newly spawned flyfish, and I thought damaging them would be the best course of action here, but I clumsily failed the splat bomb despite being in no danger. So take your time, don't waste your ink, and aim properly to avoid these situations. For the next stinger, I'm beelining straight towards the corner, and while we could and should normally take care of it from the walls as going to the shore is too dangerous, in this case, because of the steel eel and seeing that the shore is safe, jumping down was my only option if I wanted to clear the stinger fast. Then I immediately work on getting back to the basket. Staying on the shore is always a bad idea, and you don't want to splat bosses there unnecessarily, and instead lure them closer if possible to collect more golden eggs. And with that, another smooth wave for the team. But that is a wrap for today's field survey of the current Salmon Run rotation. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'd like to ask for some feedback on whether you will like the live commentary more or the post commentary editing for future field surveys. So do let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for all the support this year, and I can't wait for more next year to further grow our channel and get more into some other Splatoon topics as well. Until then, take care everyone, and I'll see you soon.